What's going on, everybody? It's Garnet Walters here, and I hope you're having a great day. I hope that you're safe out there with what's going on. I'm going to continue on the main stage vibe, and I'm going to create a main keys and auxiliary rig. So this is how we're going to get into this. I'm going to go to the patch list, right? I'm going to press a plus sign here, and that brings up another patch. Fresh, brand new, untitled. I'm going to call it keys and aux. Call it that. And then once I do that, I'm going to go over to this plus sign here where it says channel and strips. I'm going to go for 6 channels, create 6 channels. Okay, that's there already. And I want to build this on my bottom keyboard, which is the MPK88. For those of you who haven't seen the last video, I would suggest that you check it out. I have the MPK88 as my main board, and I have my Oxygen 61 as my auxiliary board. So I have the 6 channels here that I created. I'm using that for my main bottom board. Make sure my fados are working properly, right? So in building the main keys rig first, I'm going to put a piano first, right? So the way I do that, I just click on this channel and it will highlight like this. I'm going to go to piano and let's try the Steinway. Let's give that a try. Okay, cool. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to assign this first fader to my piano. So I click on the first fader here, like so, and then I click it and assign it to the Steinway grand piano. And this fader is going to be the volume. So make sure that it works. Perfect. Now, the next thing I'm going to add is I'm going to add a Rhodes. Generally, I like the way the Rhodes sounds. It has such a nice, mellow sound. So I'm going to add a Rhodes underneath that. I'm going to use the vintage electric piano menu here. I'm going to make sure I click on this channel first, like so. And let's try the classic suitcase MK4. Let's give that a try. And turn the piano down. I don't really like that one. Let's try the classic electric piano. I like this one a little better. So once I find that sound that I like, I'm going to take that second channel, map it to the classic electric piano, and then make that volume. So that works. Let's blend it together and see what happens. All right. Let's see. For the next sound, I want to add an organ to it. But I want to add, I'm going to add a B3. So I'm going to take this vintage organ here, and I'm going to use tone wheel. I'm going to try that one, see how that works. All right, I like that. And I'm going to take the percussion off. I'm going to take the percussion off of that. Now, when you want to get into the actual instrument, to see how it works, or to see the setup, all you need to do is just click on this here. Just click on it once, and then it will pop up. And then to get rid of it, you just click it again. So I'm going to click on this. I see the percussion is on. I'm going to take that off. All right. I see there's a lot of distortion on there. I'm going to clean it up a bit. So I'm going to go to the effects, and I'm going to turn the tone down a bit. And I'm going to turn the drive down. I don't want it to be too clean. All right. You know what? Now that it comes to mind, I think I'm going to do a video on how to create presets and stuff on an organ in Logic. I find it could be really helpful. If you really want me to do one, I'll just just put something in the comments just to let me know that you want that to be done, and I'll do it. All right. The next thing I'm going to do with this organ too is that I am going to make sure that I'm going to use my sustain pedal as the Leslie switch. Right. So right now, let me turn this, take this out of the screen. All right, it's not showing. So what I need to do is I need to go to layout real quick. Press that, assign, press the pedal. There we go. So now let's go back. Still not showing. Right. But I'm pressing down on the pedal. So I'm pressing down on the pedal, so you hear the Leslie is spinning, and it's not spinning when I let go of the pedal. All right. So now the next thing I'm going to add, I'm going to add a pad, and I'm going to go to one of my favorite pads, my go-to. I'm going to go to Logic. Well, I'm going to go to Legacy, go to Logic, and then I'm going to go to synthesizers, and then I'm going to go to synth pad, and yes, blue carpet. All right, so I have blue carpet. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to do. So I created the organ patch, but I didn't assign it to a fader. So I'm gonna press this third fader here, go to tone wheel organ volume. All right. Now I already opened up blue carpet in the next channel, so I'm going to go to this fader here, and then from there, once I click on that fader, go to blue carpet, click on volume, and now there's something that I like to do whenever I have a pad. I know that when I mess around with the mod wheel, that sometimes the filters change, so it'll sound like this when I change the filter. Now, even though that sounds cool, I don't want to do that for this patch, because I'm already gonna have strings, and string already bring that brightness to me. So I'm gonna go to blue carpet, click on that here, and then I'm gonna click on where it says EXS24. Click on that, and then what I'm going to do is there is a destination thing here, and I'm going to press this thing here. It says bypass. Oh, that was the wrong one. Oops. So I think it is this one. There we go. It's the filter cutoff. That's what that is. So my fault. So you go to the filter cutoff, you press the B/P, which means to bypass, right? So now, let me click out of the screen here. Now, when I use the mod wheel, as you can see here on the screen, the sound stays the same. All right. Now, this is also important because with the tone wheel organ, let me open that up again. With the tone wheel organ, go back to the main screen, right? When I use the mod wheel, see, it changes, the drawbar settings. And again, if you want me to do a video on that, just let me know in the comments that you want that video to be done, and then I'll hook you guys up. All right. So that's why I changed the setting on the blue carpet, because I'm going to add strings next. So here we go. I'm going to go to, not studio strings. I'm not going to go there. Let's try orchestral. All right, we're going to go to orchestral, and we're going to try string ensemble and hear how that sounds. I really don't like the way those strings comes in, so I'm gonna try full string. I like that. I like it, but it kind of cuts a little bit too much for me. Let's try string ensemble. That might cut through a little bit more too. Let's see. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Let's go to legacy. All right, because there's some strings that I like there. We're gonna go to legacy, logic, and then see legacy, logic. Then we're gonna go to pop strings, and we're gonna try warm string section. And I want to go to warm string section because I want the strings to be more of a bed than out there in the front. All right, so so it's a nice bed, it cuts through, but it doesn't really get in the way. It's not like a piercing kind of thing. And when I play this patch, the string patch, the attack isn't as pronounced. It kind of fades in a little bit. All right, so once I add that, let's see, we're on fader number 5 now. So press fader number 5. I'm going to go to warm string section and then volume. So now let's put this all together. We're going to try the pad and we're going to try the strings and hear how they sound. Sounds really nice. I really like that blend. So we're going to try and put, these 5 sounds together. I'm going to add one more. All right, so I'm going to try the piano, the Rhodes, and let's see how this sounds. So then the problem is I have the piano, I have the Rhodes, but the problem that I'm having is the organ is an octave below where I wanted to be. So the way to fix this is I'm going to go to tone wheel organ. I'm going to go into the MIDI input, and I'm going to bring it up an octave. So there we go. So there we go. That fixes that. And we're going to save it. You know, Command S. Always do that because you'll never know what can happen if, you know, we know what will happen if you don't save it, and, you know, things will happen, and, you know, yeah, it's not a pretty thing. So just make sure you press Command S. Do that as often as you can. Once you remember, if you remember to do it, do it. If you don't remember if you did it, do it anyway. All right. So we're gonna blend these three sounds, and then we're gonna put the pad in. All right, it's a pretty nice blend. And you could probably use a sound like this or a setup like this for if you're playing a ballad or something. The tricky thing with using the piano, the Rhodes, and the organ at the same time is that the organ, you know, once you let go of the keys, that's it, and you can't really sustain it. So I tend to put it lower in the, you know, in the blend. All right. So now the last sound I'm gonna add is gonna be like a synth brass sound, you know, because, you know, it's not like you're gonna be playing, you know, ballads, you know, for most of a gig. I mean, depending on the gig, but, you know, I like to add the synth brass or whatever, you know, just to kind of, you know, have something if I need to play more aggressive, if it's more funky or, you know, whatever. So the way I go about that, I am going to click on this channel here, go to channel strip library. I'm going to go to synthesizer, then go to brass. Then let's try synth brass, the bright synth brass. I'm going to turn these down. Try with the Rhodes. Let's see. Let's try classic synth brass. Try brassy. What's brassy synth strings? I don't want that. I think that might move. All right. So I like this sound, and I'm going to save. And then I'm going to click on the 6th fader here, and then assign that to synth brass, bright synth brass, volume. the synth brass because it cuts through. It doesn't get in the way. It still has body too. And then I can blend it in with that pad too. All right, so that's the bottom keyboard, right? That's the MPK88. Now we're going to start adding some stuff to the auxiliary board, which is the Oxygen 61. And I'm going to start off, actually. I'm going to start here, go to channel strips, press the plus sign. Now my input is going to be the Oxygen 61. And all right, let's say I'm going to keep the 6 channels there. I'm going to make 6 channels. So create 6 channels, right? And I think the first thing when it comes to making an auxiliary sound is I like to add the brass first. So like if I want to add some horns or something, we're going to go to studio horns here. Let's go to 7-piece section. No, I don't like that one. Which one was it? It was a 6-piece with Funk House. So I'm going to click on that whole thing and let's see. Okay, I'm not getting anything from it. So let's take a look. We're going to go to, see, it's not playing. Okay. Let's take a look at what the issue is. There we go. I love the way those horns sound because it has the mix of trumpets, trombone, and it has an alto, tenor, and baritone sax that gives it that crunch. And the swells are really nice too. Now, I start off with the horns because usually when it comes to auxiliaries, I find that I tend to use horns a lot. You know, when it comes to like up-tempo stuff or like funky stuff, whatever. Then I'm going to go to, before I even go there, I got to assign the channel to that fader. So I'm going to go to this first fader, make sure that works, assign it to Funk House, put it to volume. Perfect. All right. So now I'm going to add some synth leads. So I'm going to click on this channel here. I'm going to go to Legacy. I'm just in a legacy mood today. All right, go to synthesizers. Go to, let's see here. Synth leads. I really like the Synth Sound Dominator. I really like that one. So I like the sound of it, but I want it to be mono. I'm playing chords with this. You know what? I don't know if I want to keep it as mono. Put it to mono. Let's see. I'm going to assign the fader to that first, because maybe I could blend the two. what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the dominator, click on that, and I'm going to put it up an octave like so. Put it up an octave. And sometimes I do things like that with synths and horns because sometimes I want the synths to add a little more bite to what the horns are doing. All right. So let's see here. Save that. The next sound I'm going to add, again, I'm going to go back to Legacy. Go to Logic, go to Synthesizers, go to Synth Lead, and then I'm going to go to a sound that I really like called Friday Night Star. So I'm going to turn down these two faders here. Right, I'm going to take the delay off, turn that off. And then I'm going to go to MIDI input, and then I'm going to put it up an octave. Right? Then again, I'm going to I'm going to assign this fader to the Friday Night Star channel volume. All right, so and again, I think this is also polyphonic, meaning that you can play more than one note. So let's see, let's experiment here. All right, so you know what? We'll keep this sound as well as a polyphonic sound. Now, the reason why I stack my horns and, these synths is so that, like when I play lines, it comes through a lot stronger. All right, so I'm going to go to this channel here, and I'm going to start adding some softer synths. All right, so I'm going to go to strip channel library, synthesizer, go to lead. Let's try the analog mono lead. So I'm going to turn these down here. Nah, I don't like that one. I want something that's a little smoother than that. Let's see if I can find something like a sine or super smooth lead. Nope, that's not it. Like sometimes, it takes a while to kind of find a sound that you want, but it's a good process to go through because at least you can kind of see what you have in your library. I mean, right now, all I'm doing is I'm just using the stock sounds here in Mainstage. All right, I like that. I like this one. Yeah, I like this. So I'm going to save it. And let's see. So we are going to go to the fifth channel here, the fifth fader. Click on is it the fifth one? Yes. No, the fourth one. Fourth one. Right. Fourth one. All right. So I'm going to go to the fourth one. Go to soft square lead volume. So that links that all together. Now I'm going to add that other analog lead. I like the sound of that one as a layer. So I'm going to go to this channel here, go to synthesizer, then I'm going to go to the lead, and then from the lead, I'm going to go to the smooth analog lead. Right, so I'm going to turn all of these down. All right. All right, so now we have that problem again. I'm comparing it to, the sound that I had before, the soft square lead, but I want, the octaves to be the same. So I'm going to go to MIDI input. I'm going to bring it up an octave. You can use the arrows to do that, or you can just type in 12. Okay. Then I have to assign the fader once again. Now, I'm going to keep saying that because sometimes it's easy to forget that the faders need to be assigned to the sounds, because you could be playing, and then when you're playing and you've used a fader and you realize that the sound isn't, increasing or decreasing, you can be like, hey, what's going on? And then you realize, oh man, I didn't set the parameters. I didn't do the mapping properly. So I'm going to go to the fifth fader here. I have it on smooth analog lead, and then I'm going to go to volume, right? So make sure that works. All right, so that works properly. Do a quick save. And then I'm going to add some strings. So I'm going to add some strings again. And the reason why I'm going to add strings again is because there are going to be some times where you're going to play a nice line during a ballad, and you want your nice soft synth sounds to, be doubled or be layered with some nice strings to bring out a bigger effect. So I'm going to go to this channel here, go to string library. We're going to try orchestral. Let's go to orchestral. Use these strings. And then I'm going to try the strings that cut in a little better. So I'm going to try string ensemble, right? Now, these strings sound a lot better with the lines to me because it cuts through and it adds a little bit more, I guess, grit and power to the synth sounds that I'm using. Like, it's not supposed to be a bed. It's going to lead. So the strings being out, a little louder on this one makes more sense to me. Let's see. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go to the next fader here, which is fader number 6. And I'm going to make sure I assign it properly. Fader number 6. String ensemble. Volume. All right. So I'm going to try and blend this sound here, that smooth square lead, and I'm going to try the smooth analog lead. Right? Right? And then I'm going to add the strings to it. Now, I like the string sound, but let's experiment for a second. We're going to take it up an octave and hear how it sounds. All right, so for now, that sounds pretty cool. I'll keep it, for now. So I'm going to save that. Now, so we've completed the bottom board and we completed the top board. Now, the fun part comes in where we try and blend everything together. So now, let's say I'm playing a ballad. So let's say I'm going to play, just 2 chords, C minor 7 chord to a F minor 7 chord. So let's give it a try here. So I'm going to play piano first. So I'm going to stay on this groove for a while. And then I'm going to put the Rhodes in after this. Alright, then I'm going to add the pads. I'm going to fade everything in gradually. Well, there's a problem there. So it's going to be a quick fix too. So if I go to the Funk House horns and I click on it there, it's on sustain. So I want it to be on expressive medium. I don't want it to be, let's see, let's try that again. Yeah, it shouldn't be. It's interesting. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I will definitely do a video on that. But the main thing is that at least now I have accessibility to my main piano on the bottom, and then I can create my lines, you know, with my top board. So pretty much that's how you create, you know, main keys and auxiliary rig using main stage. And again, you can just, you know, use your imagination and use whatever sounds you want to use, and also, you know, create a rig based on the song that you're learning, or, you know, the songs you need to, you know, get the sounds for, whatever. You know, every song has a specific, you know, sound palette that you have to have for it, for the song to sound right. But this is pretty much how you do it. I hope this video was really helpful. I know this was a long video, but I wanted to, you know, walk you through the process, mistakes and all, you know. So again, I'm learning just as much as you all are, and you know, I want us to be able to learn from each other. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you made it to the end of the video, just, you know, type in something. You know, let me know that you made it to the end of the video. Again, any questions, feel free to let me feel free to put them in the comment section or whatever. Also, if you have subscribed, you know, thanks for, you know, subscribing. I really appreciate the support. And if you haven't subscribed, please, you know, be a friend, be a pal, and, you know, press on that subscribe button. You know, because we're just trying to build, and we're just trying to, you know, learn from each other. Also, if you like the video, please press the like button. And again, if you want more videos like this, let me know. Again, I love creating these videos so we can all learn from each other. I hope you are learning from this. Share with other musicians that you know, because I want us to grow together. So with that being said, man, again, I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for taking the time to check it out. Peace.